All right, so Bridge, guess what I watched?
For the true hardcore listeners.
Oh, yeah.
The trivia question is, Katie watched the movie that we didn't get into for Sundance and we're pissed about.
We got blocked out, yeah. It's now streaming on HBO. It is called I Saw the TV Glow.
I was not prepared for that movie.
Okay.
What did you think?
Well, I had seen... Hold on, let me go look up the person's name. Because the director, who I believe is also the writer, did another movie that I had watched that I felt was very similar. Director-writer Jane Schoenbrunn, I think is how you say it. She did another movie called We're Going to the World's Fair. We're all going to the World's Fair. And it, like, wasn't your typical horror movie because, like, it doesn't have jump scares. It didn't have, like, crazy gore. There were, like, spoopy themes and, like, creepy things, but, like, it was a lot of, like, more, like, surreal. So I kind of felt like that's what this movie was. Did you feel that way?
Yes, and I did a lot of, like, okay, we can't spend the whole podcast on this movie, but...
No, mini review.
I will say that, like, transgender themes.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Not having the guts to live your authentic life.
Yep.
The other main actor in it is... she was in the show Atypical. Did you ever watch that?
Oh, no, I didn't. Bridget Lundy Payne?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't watch that.
In that show, she's like the sister. It's all that Atypical show. Like, she's the sister to a neurodivergent brother.
Okay.
And she comes out as she's gay in that show. And I think that probably maybe was the inspiration for this because she was kind of talking in metaphors, but you also didn't know if she was just crazy. And that line, when you feel different than the world around you, is pretty deep. It was a deep movie.
Well, that's kind of how the other movie was, because there's a part in the other movie where you get to a moment where there's a character that's basically like, wait, are you being serious? Or are you playing a game? And it kind of like derails everything because you didn't even think that was like, those were options. Like you thought like what you were being told is like, you know, this is what it is. And that's how this one was, where it's kind of like, you know, there's moments where you're like, is this real? Is this crazy? Is it spoopy? What is it?
And what's the main character, Justice Smith, was amazing.
Yeah,
and he's not connected.
No, that was a mistake. I definitely in the Sundance episode was like, it's Will and Jada's son, blah blah. He's not at all related to them. Well, and I remember
being like, I never heard of that. And why are they sitting on this talent when they like put their kids in?
Not related.
At 3 years old.
Sorry, I'm a jerk. Yep, no.
Everybody should check it out. And then if you want us to do a real review, message us, email us, ask us. We'll do it. It's worthy of a real review, that's for sure. But it's intense.
It is. Yeah, not what you think.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, sisters who've seen it.
Hello.
Welcome to our planet.
That's what they sound like. In case you guys didn't know. It wasn't a bird. That was me, listeners. Hi, welcome back.
Hi,
we missed you. I'm going to introduce ourselves because we come in peace. We want to be your friends.
Flying saucers.
Oh, my God. All right, so listeners, we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. A random song is in the movie. It doesn't have a plot, purpose. Woo!
Hey, look, they blew up Congress.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the grandma because she was the best character, hands down. Bridge, what's the movie this week?
It's from 1996. Mars Attacks! Exclamation point.
Whee! And also, I last time did not remember who recommended this. This was a listener pick. This person did not go on the website, fill out the form, but that's okay. And I looked up who it was, and this was recommended by Nick.
Hey, Nick!
Nick, I'm not going to say your last name. This was Nick. Nick via Facebook.
Nick.
You know who you are.
Nick, I don't know if you're gonna like me, Nick.
Nick.
Because I don't know how I feel about this movie.
I think Nick did acknowledge this is a weird one, which
Okay.
I think the movie knows it's weird.
Okay.
And I don't
it's
know
definitely weird.
I don't know if it excuses it, but yeah. It
This
is your
jam-packed-
synopsis, by the way.
Okay, I'm just gonna list every person that's famous.
Okay, yeah, here
Jack
we go.
Nicholson,
Woo!
Annette Bening,
Oh my.
Danny DeVito, Jack Black, Glenn Close, Pierce Brosnan, Michael J. Fox, Sarah Jessica Parker, Natalie Portman, Martin Short, Christina Applegate,
Oh yeah.
Ray J.
Who the fuck is Ray J?
He's the one that. Never mind.
Was he one of the kids?
No.
Oh.
He had sex with Kim Kardashian. That's what made her famous.
No, I know. Was he one of the
Sex
kids
tape.
in the movie?
I guess so. I don't even
Oh,
know.
I
I
hate
just
it.
like.
I know who Ray J is, the person. I didn't realize he was in this movie though.
Stanford. Willie
Stanford
Garrison.
Platts! I knew I fucking saw him. I swear to God, Stanford. Pam Grier. Don't forget Pam Grier.
Oh my God, Pam Grier. Just endless. Okay, here's what I understood about the plot.
Okay.
Again, Nick, I'm so sorry.
Simple plot.
The plot is we're in the U.S. and aliens come in their saucers.
Yep.
Then the president, who's Jack Nicholson, is like, we should probably say something to the public. But from my committee of people, whether you're a general of the army, a professor of science, all these made up stuff, a press secretary, what do I do about it? And they consistently misread these aliens' intentions. And Katie, we've done enough movies to know if someone comes to our planet, it's not a good thing.
It ain't good.
It ain't good.
No.
Annette Bening was the only one that knew what to do. Then they try to make peace with the aliens. The aliens do not want peace.
No.
And so then they just rip everybody to shreds, and then it becomes like literally an attack. And
Mars attacks.
Mars attacks because they're from Mars.
That's
and
right.
It's so weird and bizarre, and you have all these weird plot points and storylines because there's all these other random people that you're following, and it feels very Independence Day with all these like side plots, and that confused me. But the aliens just continue to like pulverize them, and then the only thing that takes out the aliens is music?
Yeah. Specific music, because Tom Jones was singing his heart out, and those aliens didn't give a fuck.
How do these movies get millions of dollars to be made?
Well,
Tim Burton.
I was gonna say,
expected more of you.
It is Tim Burton, who is a weird person, so I think that's part of that. We had him in Batman and Beetlejuice, and
the alien look of it. I was like, okay, I see you, Tim Burton, coming off your Beetlejuice,
creepy,
weird look. But the plot was like, there was no story. It was just like, they came and they terrorized, and that was it. Yeah, this really, like, could have been, like, a really good Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode.
Yes!
Like, we could have fit this in 20 minutes, and you could have taken all the best parts that were funny, and it would have been great. Because I think I had more fun at the end of the movie when they were just, the aliens were just going apeshit, like, killing people and, like, doing ridiculous things. Because the beginning, I was like, we get it. There's aliens. Get them on screen, please. Like, I'm tired of talking about them. I want to see them. Let's go. Please help. I know that was just, like, a whatever. I mean, that's really what it is. Okay. Okay. Thank you. And one thing that I read was that this movie was inspired from trading cards. There were, like, alien attack trading cards that I guess like the look of the aliens were inspired by those, and then that made Tim Burton think about how there were all these like alien invasion movies from like
the 50s and 60s, and they were obviously very low budget. So then he was like, let's do a parody of, like, all those movies. And, like, those movies were supposed to be, like, scary, and they took themselves seriously, and we're gonna, like, make fun of them. But this is a weird way to do a parody, though, because I feel like a lot of moments, they went in weird directions, and I was like, oh, that could have been way funnier if you, like, didn't choose to do that. So, okay.
And I didn't like anybody in the movie to
not
root
even
for them.
Not even the grandma. What about grandma? I loved grandma.
I mean, I guess I liked grandma.
She's top of the list for me.
But she was weird too.
Yeah, she was. But I love her.
The only way to complete this, Katie, is to get through it. Let's do it.
Well, Bridge, we start off with 90s. We don't. Technically, we start off with a racist joke of a white guy on a tractor talking to, I don't know what nationality, so I'm gonna just pick.
He calls Filipino.
Okay, Filipino, and he's like, is it Filipino New Year? Like, why is there a barbecue? And it's because there's a horde of cows on fire running down the road. Nobody yells. Nobody runs.
Why are the cows running?
We just look at the cows are running on fire.
If I was on fire, I'm laying down. No?
I mean,
Stop, drop, and roll?
I do think so. And when we see the aliens later, I'm like, you guys are just, like, vaporizing everyone. So, like, did you just like the cows? And you're like, we'll give you a little more time to, like, live your life, you know, get a good run in before you burn up.
And we don't know why. Why did they do that? Nobody knows why they even hate us.
We don't.
I understand why everyone hates the U.S., but he took out the whole Earth.
I think, like, by the end of the movie, I got the impression that the aliens just thought it was kind of funny, which is fine, but I agree with you that I don't think that was very clear immediately, because there could have been way more opportunities to do funny things with that, and we only really see that at the end. So,
like, wouldn't it be if the leader, the Mars Attacks leader, was like in Mars is like deemed a loser, so then he like starts shit with Earth.
He's like,
I would dig it.
I'm getting bullied at home, so I gotta go and bully other people to feel better about myself.
I'd laugh about that.
Yes,
but I really every time I was like, why are cows on fire? Why do we hate birds? Why do we hate birds?
We don't know.
And then we definitely hate people, because we just vaporize people.
We do. I also, for some reason, in my brain was like, oh yeah, this movie has subtitles for the aliens. No, it doesn't. Unless there's a version of that exists, but I don't think there is. So there's...
They just act.
Yeah, so there's times where they're talking, and then you're like, we don't know what they're saying.
No idea.
Yeah, so, well, there's Listen. It's the 90s, y'all. You know what that means? It's 90s CGI. It's your window.
Oh my god, it was so
screensaver.
bad. It was so bad.
Clippy. It's You've Got Mail. Okay? It's in outer space. We've got it all. And they're trying to list out the actors, and they definitely at one point were like, and we're gonna cut it off, because this is just gonna go on forever and ever.
Every time I saw another celebrity name, I thought, Michael J. Fox is in this movie?
Wait,
like,
and
what?
Ray J is one of the kids. He was the older kid.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
I don't know why I just saw his name and made me laugh.
That's crazy.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And by the way, Sylvia Sidney is the grandma.
This was her last on-screen role in a movie.
Oh.
I know. And she was in Beetlejuice. Do you remember Beetlejuice's, like,
yeah!
Or not
like lawyer.
She was, like, the lady who had the hole in her neck and the smoke was coming out, and she was like, hey, everyone, I'll help you. Be a ghost. And they're like, what?
I mean, she's pretty funny.
She was funny. Love her.
Yeah. Okay. Why does Jack Nicholson play two parts?
I don't know.
Why did we think that was okay to do?
I mean, we know the guy has range. You know, you don't need to prove it to us in Mars Attacks. All right, Jack? I'm pretty sure he already had an Oscar at this point. Possibly more. Like, you're good. You check the boxes. You don't need to be like... Hey, also, the fucking president character, I was confused because is he just like like, he just felt like, he kind of felt like a Love Actually cardboard cutout, where I was like, do you have a personality? Because you just, like, people tell you to do stuff and you're just like, all right, cool. And there was, like, very minimal emotions. His wife gets crushed by a chandelier.
He doesn't even cry.
He's like, oh no. And then he's like, anyway. And he doesn't look for his daughter. And I was like, what? Who are you? And if that's what we're going with, it could have been funnier. You could have done so many funnier things if that's what you were going with. But I don't know.
Like, if he was like a Larry David, you know? Like, he was like, he like had this OCD thing he had to do, and like, that's like, why.
Or if he was like ignoring things and then crazy things were happening and like that was the whole shtick. No, he just was kind of like, okay, yeah, let's do that. You think we should do that? All right, sure. And I was like, I don't get it. When do I giggle?
Well, like, and then we meet his crew, right? We meet Pierce Brosnan is the professor of aliens.
I'm sorry. I gotta say it. I thought that was amazing casting. I was like, I give it an A+, because he's like a knockoff, you know, Fox Mulder. He's a more refined Fox Mulder. I love it.
I can't get him out of my head when it comes to Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh! Robin Williams throws a fruit at him, but like that's what you want to do to him. You just want to throw a run by fruiting to Pierce Brosnan. But I was like, okay, so you know about aliens.
Yeah, we don't know how he knows. At one point, he had a whole like science poster that someone made about the anatomy of the aliens, and at that point. Well, I don't even know if they met the aliens, and I was like, how do you know that? What?
Well, and I was like, wait, shouldn't you be like a doctor? Like, Professor feels... Okay. So we have him, and then we have the general that's very gun-happy to shoot some nukes, and then the aliens end up eating one of the nukes and, like, burping it out.
I did laugh at that part.
That was...
But that was, like,
so anticlimactic.
I thought it was funny.
Oh my god.
Bury the mask, you know?
And then Martin Short is the press secretary that's like, hey, let's tell the people about it. What do the people think? And he also has, like, a side hooker.
Okay, but this is another thing. I was like, Martin Short's fucking funny. Like, let him be funny. Why? He's just, like, a guy who does his job well. Like, he's not screwing up at his job. He's, like, good at his job, and then he also just likes hookers. Where am I laughing? I'm not laughing. Let me giggle. Let me see him slip on a banana peel in front of the press conference, okay?
Do you think that's, like, Tim Burton's fault? Like, he was just, like, all into the, like, spooky dukes and stuff, and he, like, forgot to tell people to be funny?
So, one thing I read, and I don't really know if it, like, excuses every choice about this movie, but maybe some of it is that the movie was supposed to come out in the summer of 1996, and Independence Day came out also in 1996 in the summer, and so they were like, we don't want to compete with another alien movie, so they pushed Mars Attacks to come out in December of 1996, and then that was apparently why the skeletons would be red or green, because Tim's like, let's do Christmas colors. So, because of that, something.
Oh my god, you're dropping facts.
Oh, no, Independence Day was 97. Like, they wanted it to come out later, but the studio was like, no, there's another alien movie, get it done sooner. So, it was rushed a little. But I don't think not all the parts.
Independence Day is 1996.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, then that math's not mathin'.
And I can't believe, out of all the characters in Mars Attacks, not one in Independence Day. as a dupe.
Yeah, like, not a similar one. I know.
Or, like, Jack Nicholson is also in Independence Day. I don't know. But,
listen.
Okay. So, the general's like, nuke 'em! This is a general. And then Pierce Brosnan's like, listen. They're an intellectual, more intelligent species.
He's being me at work peaceful. Where I'm like, let's look at the other side of it. I don't know if I would have that perspective for aliens, though. I've seen too many X-Files.
Absolutely. Katie, I watched this with all that you've taught me over these last 3 years.
And gotta be prepared.
Nobody comes. They don't come here. If they don't want to start shit.
Mm-hmm.
When they come, you and me know it's go time.
Well, and
it's doomsday prepping.
This was another thing.
Where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah. Because Pierce Brosnan's like, don't worry, guys, I'm the expert on them, and I know
How?
where they came from. And I was like,
How?
but why? And, like, again, let's use, like, kind of our brains and decipher why now are they coming. Like, what's happening now?
But they jump into the TV, all the TV networks, and we learn that Michael J. Fox is dating Sarah Jessica Parker.
Wow.
Very You Got Mail relationship because
yes.
Michael J. Fox doesn't really care about Sarah Jessica Parker.
No.
Sarah Jessica Parker doesn't really care about Michael J. Fox. And they're like competing for shows, but Sarah Jessica Parker doesn't care about her fashion show.
Literally doesn't give a shit.
She's like kind of a bimbo.
She just likes her
dog. But Michael J. Fox is jealous and she likes her dog. And
wait, and then there's the scene
I was
where
like, what?
She's interviewing Pierce Brosnan, and like that was very You Got Mail, where Michael J. Fox was like, she's flirting with him. And I was like, did You've Got Mail inspire Mars Attacks this one scene? Perhaps. I
mean, as we know, you Got Mail. Oh no, You Got Mail is 1998. So maybe You Got Mail stole it from Mars Attacks.
But again, like when you say that, there's two news reporters who are dating each other, but they work at separate places. That could be really funny.
So funny.
It's not, though.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. And so then they
weird.
take over the TV and they tell everybody, like, hey, we're negotiating. We're going to talk to them. Don't freak out. And so then they publicize the negotiation.
Yeah.
Where they, like, meet them, and then he the phrase of voluntold, the other general, go lead the negotiations, and he just gets vaporized because they were afraid of a dove. What happened?
Well, yes. I also want to set the scene here, listeners, because we're in, like, I don't know why this is the location we chose. We're not in Washington, D.C. They're, like, in a fucking desert. They're in Nevada?
Where are they going?
Listen, we don't see a lot of maps. I don't get geolocations. They do give us, like, days. Like, this happens over, like, 4 days or something, which I was like, we don't really need. But, sure. I would have preferred the maps, personally, because I'm lost.
Me too. I was lost.
We're in the desert, and they have a bunch of, like, news crew. They have a section where it's just, like, spectators, and it's just a bunch of hippies. And I was like, LOL. And then they have, kid you not, like, 50 fucking tanks. And, you know, if I'm an alien rolling up somewhere and I see 50 tanks, I'm gonna be sweaty, I think. So I just was like, it's funny. It's funny, too, because the president was like, we're gonna be peaceful. Like, we're gonna be super peaceful. But send 50 tanks! And I was like, wait, which is it? Okay, I don't know.
And there is Jack Black in his most insane role ever. Could not believe that was Jack Black. That is not the Jack Black I know and love as the confidence fairy.
I felt like he talked like Bubba Gump.
I didn't like anything about that.
It was like the accent. I was like, oh, it's so weird.
If I'm Jack Black and somebody says, which role do you wish you never did? I'm going to guess he's going to say this one.
Well, and his character is only on screen for like probably a total of 3 minutes, not even.
3 minutes. And he is dating Christina Applegate.
Okay, and she says no words.
She just wears no clothing, makes out with him, and has an awful wig. Thank you.
Thank you, Bridget. Thank you for bringing up the wig. Thank you so much.
She has great hair. Why are we messing with her wig?
Thank you so much. I agree, because it made me upset.
All right. And her eyebrows.
And the eyebrows.
But he dies right away, because he's the gung-ho, like, I'm gonna go sign up and fight those Martians, and he has his moment, and he gets, like, immediately killed.
Yeah. Wait, let's also talk about, like, who's who. Let's do some
good luck.
Who. Okay.
I'm so sorry my synopsis is so bad.
All right, well, Jack Black is he is one of the sons in a little family, mom and a dad who live in the trailer park. This is the cool grandma. I don't know grandma's name. We're going to call her grandma. She's the only grandma in the movie. Oh, it's Florence.
Grandma Florence.
And then what's the brother's name who likes donuts?
Richie.
Okay, Richie. So Richie works at a donut shop, and he's kind of like, ho-hum, I like donuts. And then his brother's Jack Black that's like, guns, rah! And then the parents are like Jack Black's character, and you're like, that's a lot. And then Richie's the only one who cares about grandma, and that's that. So that's like one group. Then Jack Nicholson, who, when he's the president, is married to Glenn Close.
I can't.
Who also can be really funny, and she doesn't have any funny lines, and I hate it.
She was just supposed to be a snob. Okay. But then Natalie Portman is their daughter that gets 7 minutes of filming?
Angsty teen. Her name is,
Taffy.
Wait.
Like Laffy Taffy.
But I didn't Laffy Taffy. Nobody's Laffy Taffy.
I just remember it was like, we have huge names for like no screen time. I don't get it.
Yeah, and they have a dog, and the dog does fucking die, which immediately brings the movie down a couple pegs.
Absolutely.
Immediately. So that's one family. And then don't worry, there's more. We already talked about Michael J. Fox is dating Sarah Jessica Parker. Pierce Brosnan's over there. And then...
Byron.
Jim Brown. Jim Brown is a, like, washed-up boxer
I think
Vegas?
Just like an older boxer
Okay.
who's retired but still has to work. And he is dating
Pam Grier.
And
their son is Ray J.
One of their sons is
And then
Ray
there's
J.
another kid who's
and there's
not
another
Ray J.
son. And
Yes.
and that mom is struggling to keep those kids in school. But I don't know why their dad is working in Vegas. Why can't he just be home if he loves the mom?
Well, they were like, they're divorced. And I'm like, but they still talk every day and say, I love you.
Yeah.
There were weird scenes. And I did think it was funny, the one scene. So Pam Grier is like a bus driver, and she's like, the kids aren't going to school. And the dad's like, kids be kids, crazy. Anyway, gotta go. And I was like, this is stupid. Why am I seeing family drama in my Mars Attacks movie? And then she sees the two kids playing a shooting game. And I guess it's foreshadowing that they can shoot really well, which is used later. But she, like, yells at him, stops the bus, brings him on the bus, and the entire bus claps that she, like, did some aggressive parenting. And I was like, yay, I giggled at something. But then it stops because it was more weird scenes of people talking. But, yeah, once the aliens come... And there's also, like, some guy made a translator. How did we make this? What's science?
This is like Mark Zuckerberg coming in, being like, I have a way that can translate things real time. And I'm like, how? Who? Don't believe it.
What's the science? Let me know.
Where's the quality control?
Yeah,
I don't believe
quality control.
That act. You could be able to actually decipher. I just don't. It's not there.
This is where, again.
Because they got it wrong every time and the aliens would kill people and giggle at each other.
Well, this is why...
Why did they walk around in their underwear? That was so weird.
I don't know. That was a choice somebody made, and it was probably a man. Okay, and
Tim Burton.
This is another part. Tim Burton, if you want to give us money for all our brilliant ideas. It could have been so funny if the translator guy continued to translate things incorrectly, but he thought they were right, and then you showed us the alien subtitles, what they were actually saying.
Yes,
like where
agreed.
He's like, oh, they said they're so happy to be here, and they come in peace, and then the aliens are like, we're gonna fucking kill all these people.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready? Let's bust it out. Like,
you know who should have directed this? Mel Brooks.
Me. Oh, I mean Mel Brooks. Okay, if Mel Brooks did a Mars Attacks, like, I would fucking watch that.
I mean, we would have to take out all his old, like, bad, politically incorrect stuff, but I think he would land the, like, obviousness of the jokes because there's no interesting plot. It reminds me of Frankenstein, Young Frankenstein.
I also just, like, now I'm trying to think back on Tim Burton movies. Like, he's really not known for, like, comedy also. And
that's what I'm saying.
He wasn't the writer, so, like, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that's who we really should be blaming, but, like, I think
Tim Burton was probably, like, really focused on, like, fixing the aliens' eyeballs because they didn't look the way you wanted, and then everybody else is just, like, goofing off in the corner, you know?
Also, one, guest group of people that we should mention, because this person is here when the aliens start killing everyone, Annette Bening plays stay with me now, a now sober hippie wife who loves the environment and crystals, but she's married to the second Jack Black, who is a
no, Jack Nicholson.
Oh, Jack Nicholson, sorry. The other Jack Nicholson, who is playing a crazy casino owner who doesn't like his wife and keeps drinking in front of her, and he scams people out of money, something casino.
And his long hair is attached to his cowboy hat. So when he takes it off, it's
Hate
bald. I thought when he took that off, then they'd be like, I'm really the president. And I was like, oh, okay, this is just silly.
I mean, that could have been a subplot. They could have been like, that's my long-lost twin in Vegas. Let's get him over here to pretend to be me, and they'll kill him instead. And, like, you know.
God, that would have been so good.
Annette is, like, into the aliens, which I'm like, all right, Annette, you're like the friend of Vivica A. Fox in Independence Day, where you're like, I'm gonna go greet the aliens with my poster, and I'm ready.
She was struggling with her sobriety, so I think that she thought, oh, the aliens I'm on the right path, and these aliens are good, because I'm in, like, this good phase in my life, and right away she was like, I'm drinking again, and honestly, good survival skills kicked in. Mm-hmm. She didn't mess around.
But even the drinking again thing, I was like, okay, are you doing it so I should laugh? Because I'm not, and it's also not relevant for the plot. It's not like she was super drunk the whole end of the movie, where then it's like, oh, look at her, like, slurring her words and falling all over. Like, no, she was, like, kicking ass.
Yeah.
And
she, like, found a private plane. She was highly functioning alcoholic.
She packed a private plane in secret. The aliens didn't know. Then she went and found someone who could fly a plane, because she's like, my husband's dead. Who the fuck cares? Not me. And then she even kills an alien later on with a gun. Like, she should be the general of the army at this point. All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves. The aliens kill literally everyone at this press conference greeting thing. And you would think to yourself, all right, this is the moment, you know, that Bill Pullman makes his Independence Day speech. Jack Nicholson's going to whip one out.
No,
we're going to fight the aliens. No,
we will go into the night.
We will not go quietly into the night. We will continue to use our translating system. Yeah, they don't do shit. They're like, let's keep being peaceful. Let's do it. And I was like, wait, should I? Okay. Like
I didn't know what was happening.
Like, I just didn't giggle at it. Like,
I
was
didn't
like,
laugh at all.
I understand, like, typically America shoots everything first, and then we, like, kind of assess the situation after, and, like, that's not great, and it's, you know, it's funny to do the opposite, but it wasn't funny.
You know who should have been, and I can't believe I'm saying this.
Oh, boy.
We needed Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, my God!
From Predator to step in.
Fucking wish. I wish he just was, like, I wish he was, like, just a random character with no backstory that was like, I'm here to help out. Let's go. Shoot the aliens.
Honestly, in 1996, people would be like, that's so silly. Arnold, politician?
Yeah.
I'd be like, listen, sit on it.
But hey, I'd vote for him. All right, people did vote for him in California, actually. So
crazy.
Okay, so yeah,
this is where I kept not liking what was happening, and then Tom Jones shows up and he's singing, and I thought, why is he here?
Yes, because the aliens request. This is allegedly through our made-up translating device that it doesn't work. They request to do a meeting with, like, all the branches of government, and they're all like, we'll give you 2 at once, and then not the president. And they're like, excellent. And then some fucking guy is like, thanks everyone for coming. Here's the peace ambassador, who, just to remind everyone, in case you have amnesia from like 5 minutes ago, actually killed everyone. And they're like, here's the peace guy. We don't have our translating device, but we know he's peaceful. And then the guy literally gets up there, and then they shoot everyone.
They shoot everybody.
It's like,
they shoot everybody, and then they eventually kill Jack Nicholson with some weird spiky hand thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's, like, later, because there's multiple times, Bridge, that the alien... This is, again, like, this is why this could have been a Simpsons episode, because if you went from the press conference where they attacked the first time, and then they just kept attacking, and then it got to all the funny stuff, like, that would have been great. But we had all these moments where it was like, oh, no, we're chill. We're chill again. Everybody be chill. And then, okay, everything's crazy again. Okay. And then it's chill. We're chill. Aliens are cool. And then it's just crazy. I was like, I just want to see the aliens be crazy. That's what we're here for.
Honestly, I thought it was funny when they would go in the ship in their underwear and they would laugh at each other, but they weren't all having a good time either.
Yeah, some of them.
And then I didn't know why they took Sarah Jessica Parker's head off and put it on a dog.
That's why I was like, it feels like middle school boy pranks if they were aliens, you know? And then they were like looking at Playboy, and I was like, I don't want to know about how the aliens do alien things. But we do get a moment, Bridge, and this is like on the poster for the movie. This is, I think, a recognizable part of this movie is that they create a woman prostitute that's an alien in disguise. And she has the highest hair you've ever seen in your fucking life. You want to talk about Simpsons? Marge Simpson's hair? This was higher, I think.
It was higher.
It was crazy.
And then, like, she swayed.
Yeah.
Like a little vacuum.
She was on, like, heelys, like, scooting through the scenes.
Absolutely. And I thought, okay, I get this is an alien, but what's the play? And the play is Martin Short's, like, a slut, so we know that he'll pick up her if she's a prostitute. I kind of felt like the aliens didn't need to go this intricate since they're winning very, 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 very obviously.
I agree. Yeah, we could have just, like, shot our ship at the fucking White House, but they're like, no, we gotta do, like, retcon on the ground. Also, did you see who one of the Secret Service agents was?
It was from
Little Giants.
Yes! It was,
Spike's dad.
Spike's dad.
Go, Spike, go! Go, Spike, go! It was that guy.
Get it, 20! Oh my god.
That guy.
I can't.
It was... Everyone's here. The gang's all here.
Nick? Is this Nick?
Nick.
I can't. I want a review after this, Nick. At least review us in Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Nick, send us a comment.
Because this was a lot. And I thought, okay, when you said to me, let's do this one, I kind of remembered being like, I don't know if I liked it. But then you mentioned all the cast, and I thought, oh, someone's got to shine through from 1996.
Yeah.
We're just constantly saying the same thing. Like, this person was great, but they didn't get to be funny. Or this person was always great, but then their lines were terrible. And I just felt that way with everybody, and I was starting to, like, really get sick of it by the end.
That's why I was like, the ending where the aliens are just going apeshit is the best part. But even the Martin Short part, like, he dies in, like, the lamest way. He gets, like, conked on the head with something. And I was like,
totally.
We couldn't, like... Nothing else? That's it?
Nothing.
The dog gets vaporized. That sucks. I hate that. And then somehow that alien gets killed, and then it's another bullshit moment of like, all right, we're all chill again. And I was like, press fast forward!
I might have fast forwarded this a lot.
Because it's just, once they start invading, that's when I am in it to win it. And the first scene that they show of, like, the full-on invasion is there's a pack of Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts. I don't see any adults, so this is our first problem. They're walking near, I believe, the Washington Monument, and the aliens shoot the Washington Monument so that it falls, and then they keep trying to, like, move it so that it falls on the group of Boy Scouts. And none of the kids die, by the way. So I'm allowed to giggle at it, because we're all alive.
That was pretty funny.
There were funny parts, but it was, like, a lot of them, I feel like, were at the end of that. And then they go bowling at, like, Easter Island, and I was like, that's silly. You guys are crazy. And then, yes, they have an alien who takes a translator device, and they're running around as everyone's, like, getting shot at, and the translator device is going, don't run, we are your friends! And they're shooting everybody. They had, like, a Gremlins vibe.
They were very much Gremlins.
But only at the end. Like, in the beginning, it didn't feel like that, and then... It was like, you're like, oh, you're like silly. You silly guys.
And why was the grandma's music the one music that, like, got them?
I don't...
Do we even know?
I don't know. I think it was based on, like, one of those, like, 50s, 60s movies where that was, like, a thing. Listen, Guys.
Okay.
The one thing you need to take away from any horror movie or sci-fi movie, if there's like a bad thing happening about to kill you, you just got to figure out its weakness, you know? Yeah. And in this case, it was yodeling, I think.
In Signs, it's water.
In Signs, it's water. In this one, it's yodeling. In Predator, it's kicking the shit out of them and covering yourself with mud.
Oh, I was like, or the heat.
Also, blocking the heat. Yes, mainly that. Yes. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Tom Jones.
The grandma.
Yeah. Oh, grandma.
Was she, like, supposed to be somebody with Alzheimer's? Like,
I guess.
Is that funny? Because
no,
I don't think that's funny.
I don't think it was. And I didn't understand why we did that anyway, because then the rest of the movie, I feel like she's pretty with it. Where she's like, yeah, let's play this music. And she's like, those aliens got sick. And I was like, Grandma, huh? And then that's where the donut guy drives around with her. And he's like, we're going to go to the radio station and blast the music. And that'll fix it. And I was like, it'll fix it if we're listening to radios. Okay? Did we think of that? Did we put out a message? I'm just saying. You got to use your noggin a little bit. Okay? We can't just assume solutions are solutions. But, yeah, and then like you said before, they try to shoot a nuke, which I literally was like, do nukes work in space? I
don't get it.
What's the science? Because I know nukes will destroy large portions of the Earth and ruin everything, but like, what happens to them in space?
I feel like it'd be worse, right?
Oh, you think? I guess. I don't know how it works.
There'd be a chain reaction to something, no?
Do you think the...
Where's her sister, Mary?
Mary!
You know what? We're calling her in.
Mary, come out of the space bar and talk to us about nuclear fission.
What?
Yeah.
It happens in space. Okay.
There was a giant robot, a shrink ray. At one point, the aliens fist box Byron, which was weird. I didn't understand that.
And then he won in the end.
And he won even though he was getting trampled by all of them. Yeah, people don't forget. But Bridge, we didn't mention, even though we did mention, but we didn't. Danny DeVito's in this movie.
Oh,
and
my God, we forgot about Danny DeVito. Thank God you're here.
Danny DeVito, I love your work. He's just like an aggressive gambler, and there was one scene that, of course, he's in that made me laugh, and I was like, I can always count on you, Danny, to give me a giggle.
Yeah.
You are earning your paycheck, and it's
he really is.
In the beginning of the movie, where the president's like, I have an important announcement for everyone. There's aliens and we're going to talk to them. And like every TV is interrupted. And Danny DeVito is by himself with dice rolling at the craps table. And he's like, woo! Yes! Why is anyone looking at me? And I was like, oh no, would that be me?
Yeah.
Also,
it would.
Like it might be, depending on the hour and AC, you know?
Absolutely.
I fucking love Danny DeVito.
You're right. He was one of the only ones that made me laugh.
Yes.
Jack Nicholson, I think, did the best he could with his weird ass characters. Maybe that was his like demand. He's like, the president is so bad. I want to also play a second character. I need to be
someone with a personality. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the end, the only people that are left alive are Richie the donut guy, Grandma, Annette Bening's character.
Yep.
Byron. Oh, Tom Jones, who plays himself.
Okay.
Is here too, just 'cause. Don't ask questions, guys.
Okay.
He pilots a plane. It's fine. Pam Grier's alive. Ray J. Okay, Ray J is also an 11-year-old child who shoots a bunch of aliens, and he's a brother, and they're alive. And Natalie Portman. And I think that's it. Everybody else dies. Literally everyone else dies.
Natalie Portman is so confused at the end of the movie.
Wait, does she become like the kid president? Like, what was
she Richie Rich? Like, I don't know what happened.
I was like, why is she like on a stage like making weird announcements about medals of honor? Like, what?
I don't know.
Wait, and then she like gave them a medal. She gave it to Grandma and Richie, and then she like, gave them each a kiss on the cheek. And I was like, is that required for the, like, does the president do that? That's germs. And then she goes to Richie and he's like, you don't have to kiss me if you don't want to. And I was like, that's correct, Richie. You better say it loud and proud. And she's like, I have to. I was like, who says everyone else is dead? Make up your own rules, Natalie. Make up new
Laffy Taffy.
rules.
Honestly. Taffy.
It was a time. Literally the last scene of the movie, the last fucking scene of the movie is Byron walks up to Pam Grier's house. He steps on an alien's head, and we don't even see him reunite with her. It's just like, he's here, and then the movie's like, it's not unusual. I was like, wait, that's where it ends.
I'm going to ask it, and I know my answer.
Oh, God.
Katie, would you watch it or don't watch it?
I don't. I want to watch the funny clips on YouTube from it. I don't want to watch all of it. I want to watch just the little bits. I want to watch the compilation that I know somebody made. Maybe you made it, Nick.
Nick, did you make it, Nick?
The actual funny scenes. It probably equates to maybe 15 minutes of the movie in
4
total.
minutes. Okay, okay,
Oh,
15.
whoa, 4 minutes. Okay, well, yeah. And that's what I'll watch, but I don't want to watch.
I would not watch this again.
Yeah.
It's a big fat no for me.
It's a no, dog.
It's my pick.
Oh. And listeners,
pick.
I didn't explicitly say this, and I realized last episode I kind of mixed this up, but it worked out okay. This episode, Mars Attacks, this is our first episode for the month of October, which is spoopy, and I guess this might be spoopy. When I was a little kid, I do remember being freaked out by these aliens.
They are freaky.
I was scared and I couldn't watch it because I was it's so scary. But if I probably paid attention, I would have been oh wait, no, it's dumb. It's fine.
Well, this is a scary movie.
Ooh!
But it's not that scary.
Oh, okay.
And you mentioned to me, because now that we have podcasted for so long and so many years,
213 episodes,
I have to go back to the episodes and there has to be a better way of me doing this and manually look up what horror or Halloween or spooky movies we've done. It was at least a 30-minute exercise.
Okay, wow.
And
what a memory lane.
Was like, we did not do this one. And I am shocked. I hope it was a big car movie.
Oh my God, I hope it's the one I'm
from 1990. Starring
what movie came
Angelica Houston.
Yes!
In
The Witches?
The Witches.
Woo!
The original. Not the Anne Hathaway Witches.
Oh, no.
The original.
No.
She is the most disgusting witch you have ever seen. And we watched this over and over. We watched it so many times.
So many times. To the point where sometimes if I see a mouse, I'm like, are you a little fucking weird kid who's British? Where's your grandma, you know?
Well, and I don't think with all of our knowledge about witches, that witches are this ugly.
Oh,
and so I think I'm really intrigued to watch it and kind of look at it and be like, man, they really dogged on witches.
I was going to say, I feel like the witches from Practical Magic would look down on this movie, The Witches, and be like, oh, they give us a bad name. Yeah. We don't want to eat kids. We want to eat chocolate. What? Oh my God, I'm so excited. I feel like every October of the past 4 years, it's been 4 years of us doing this, I kept thinking, we gotta do The Witches. And then, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's maybe we ran out of time or whatever, but this is a perfect spoopy pick, Bridge. I'm so excited.
Yes! I knew you would like it.
And it's literally only Angelica Houston. Rowan Atkinson is also in the movie. He's the hotel...
I'm sure we'll see more people.
Yeah,
and
a lot of British.
I don't know. I just know that I can't believe how many times we watched this. So I'm going to see what comes back to me.
I remember the part where the kid's like, if you hurt my grandma! And she's like, shut up! So good. It's a great movie. With the little mouse puppets. I can't wait. I'm excited. Well,
here
Bridge.
We are. Yes, Kim.
Bridge. I just want to say...
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What do I
want to...
Where
do we go with this
What do
one?
I want to say?
Yeah.
I don't know what character I want to equate you to. So maybe I'll just say, if there was an alien invasion, I'm going to you, and we're gonna use our noggins to figure out how to kill the aliens.
Absolutely.
Like, we're not gonna be pacifists. We're not gonna be optimists. We're gonna be Arnold Schwarzeneggers, you know?
Yes.
We're going in guns blazing. We don't have guns, but we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
Wow, thank you for doing that for me.
That's for you.
And Kate.
Yeah, Bridge.
I'm so disappointed in this movie, Nick. I'm so sorry, Nick. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Nick, we love you. Thanks for recommending it.
I'm gonna go ask Nick. I'm gonna pay Nick to go make that edited, funny clip for you.
Somebody share that.
So you could laugh and giggle, and then I'm gonna tell all the listeners to avoid watching the movie, and just look at this clip, and then it's gonna make you happy because you could laugh.
Is this for me or Nick? Who is this for? Is this for both of us?
I lost the plot this movie. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Sorry. Okay, yes. And listeners, if you also would not be excited if the aliens invaded, that's not the right mindset. You know, be on guard, be skeptic, be a Fox Mulder, right? Okay. And if you think that this movie was a little long, there could have been other parts to giggle. We had a lot of opportunities to giggle. Jack Black's very funny. I didn't giggle. Christina Applegate can be very funny. She didn't say words. Glenn Close can be funny. She got hit with a chandelier. Martin Short can be funny. He died really lamely. You know, like, there's just some problems.
You have a bone to pick with Tim.
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Burton.
And if you think that the grandma was the best character and we should all strive to be like grandma during an alien invasion, cool, calm, collected, focused, with your family. That was grandma.
And yodeling.
And yodeling. That was Grandma's mantra. Yes, if you think all that, you should write us a review.
Woo!
We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. And we also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. So there is a form you can fill out. Your request goes on the list, and we look at the list every now and then, and we will do it eventually. Nick did recommend this movie. It got a little jumbly because he did it in a silly way, but if you do it on the form, it'll be on the list, and we have it. And we're in the spoopy month, y'all. It's October.
Yeah, let's do it. Do it right away. So we jump to the top of the list.
Give the spoop recommendations. And if you guys give spoop recommendations, Bridget doesn't have to backtrack and fact check herself for what was or was not done yet.
Yes, please.
You see how that works? Yeah. And Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
Give us money, and we'll shut down this movie. No.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
And then there's merchandise, and the holidays around the corner. I'm telling you, you're going to say, what? It got here so fast. It did it. I've been telling you. Go get some merchandise for your friends. You guys it'll be the gift of a lifetime.
Yeah. So check all that out, listeners, and we hope to hear from you. All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week for The Witches. I feel like they have like very upbeat music where it's like Willy Wonka music. And you're like, that's the wrong vibe.
Any quote right now.
I just think if you heard my grandma, the little fucking kid, he looks like Harry Potter, but he's not. But he is British and has glasses, and he's an orphan because both of his parents were murdered by a witch. Conspiracy theory!
Wow, J.K. Rowling!
We'll have to talk about it. Oh, my. Mm-hmm. All right, see you there.
I'll see you there. Bye-bye.
I love you.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswhoseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.